Welcome everybody to the Macquarie University Faculty of Business and Economics Postgraduate Evening. Before I begin our discussion tonight, I'd like to start by acknowledging the Gadigal people of the Eora Nation, the traditional custodians of this land. I also pay my respects to the elders, both past and present, of the Eora Nation, and extend that respect to all other Indigenous guests who are present here today. As I walked over here, I thought to myself, what is it about Macquarie University Postgraduate Information Evenings that bring upon us extremes of weather? Because we had one in the middle of the year, and I think it was the biggest rainstorm we had this year, and the whole place was flooded. People couldn't get here. We ended up, at the tail end of a terrible rainstorm. And today you've all come at the terrible end of a very hot day. So I'm pleased that it's a bit cooler in this room, and I'd like to welcome you on behalf of the faculty and commence the proceedings. I'm Anne Ross-Smith, and my job, which is holds the rather long-winded title of Associate Dean Curriculum and Quality Assurance, means that I really primarily look after all the postgraduate coursework programs. And in the course of doing that, I look after the program structures, the program designs, work with the departments to make sure the programs are up to date, include new units that are enable students to be kept up to date with the latest knowledge in fields, get rid of things that are no longer perhaps as relevant as they were in the past. We look at new courses, new products, and another important part of my role is to collaborate and work again with the departments on our relationships with industry, which, as you'll see later in my presentation, is an important part of the faculty's mission. The other thing that I do a lot of work on, and it's becoming increasingly important, is our articulations or agreements with other Australian higher education providers, and perhaps equally importantly these days, international universities, which has come back from China and been talking to a lot of Chinese universities, really significant Chinese universities, about some joint venture programs, and that's a pretty exciting thing to be involved with, let me tell you. I'm constantly searching for some interesting statistics to start a presentation off with, and this is what I found in the Sydney Morning Herald yesterday. I'm not sure whether any of you saw that article or whether it prompted you to be here tonight, but as you can see, this is based on the latest census figures, that postgraduate coursework numbers have doubled in the last 10 years. And you can see that the hardcore number is there, and is an increase of 52.8% students in postgraduate coursework programs. And I think that says a lot about where postgraduate education is heading in this country. We still have another, 48.2 to go before we get 100% of people doing postgraduate education. Oh, sorry. A few more statistics. I think people may or may, if you're a graduate of the faculty, you'll probably be aware that it's the largest faculty in Macquarie University, with over 25,000 students from 70 different countries. It has the largest accounting program, which we're going to, you'll have the opportunity to speak to the coordinator of that program later on in Australia. It has the longest running actuarial program in Australia, and last but not least, the largest applied finance program of its type in the world. Increasingly, business faculties are concerned about their mission and what it is they're seeking to deliver to their students. And I think it's important to let you guys who are thinking of coming to Macquarie and to our faculty know about the importance that our faculty places on its research and its research output. And I can see some of our high-flying researchers here tonight. who'll be talking to you later on as we break up into smaller groups. The emphasis on working with industry to deliver, and again I'll talk about that in the next couple of slides, and the importance of our engagement with industry and our professional accreditations, and importantly, and something that's often perhaps neglected in the minds of some people these days, is our responsive teaching, all of which is tied to our research, our work with industry and our professional accreditations. And I think you'll see in the coming years an increasing emphasis among business faculties as they compete more for students on excellence in teaching. So, enough of me. Let me ask you guys a couple of questions, or one question to a couple of people. Let me start off by asking, second row, why did you come tonight?
To further prospects in the future.
And in a particular area?
Finance.
In finance. Let's have another couple of people down in the back row there. Right at the very back, the young lady on the end. Why did you come along tonight? In accounting? And let me ask you, are you from an accounting background or not? So you're interested in extending your knowledge in that field, building your skills and knowledge in that area. One more person, right over in the far corner in the back row. Why did you come tonight? That's you. Yeah?
I would like to get more information about postgraduate. I'm studying professional business and
Want to do further? So just taking those three examples, someone who's interested in perhaps looking for a job for the first time with the advantage of having a master's degree, which was our third speaker there. Somebody who's looking for perhaps a broader management role in industry, something else to try in a new industry. That's another reason why we find people come and take on a postgraduate degree. And some of you may be interested in furthering your careers in the organisations in which you're working, and you see a master's degree as helping you do that. And it's pretty well established in the research that all those things are improved by undertaking and completing a postgraduate degree. I'll just let you look at that for a minute. That table just shows you what postgraduate programs we offer by department. So in the Department of Accounting and Corporate Governance, the degrees on offer are the Master of Accounting CPA Extension, the Master of Accounting Professional, and the Master of Advanced Professional Accounting, and that's a new program that's commencing next year, and the program coordinator will be happy to talk to people who are interested in that program after our session, after our introductory session. Within our Department of Applied Finance and Actuarial Studies, we offer a Master of Actuarial Practice. People can undertake the Master of Commerce in Actuarial Studies, and finally a Master of Applied Finance, and I think there's a couple of people here who expressed an interest in that program. The Department of Economics offers a Master of Economics, and the Department of Marketing and Management, you can hear more about that later, offer a Master of International Business. And the faculty overall offers a Master of Commerce, which has embedded within it a large number of specialisations. Accounting, actuarial studies, I've already mentioned, corporate governance, economics, financial crime and governance, new specialisation for next year, human resource management, marketing and business management and organisation. So there's a huge, it's a very flexible degree. And it's also possible to do a Master of Commerce with no major. So in other words, you can have exit a Master of Commerce with a general degree if you don't want to major in a particular area. And I'm happy to talk to people about that particular option afterwards, if you like. Tonight we have present some of our discipline-specific coordinators. Unfortunately, I don't think I'm going to get them to speak a minute and introduce themselves. I don't think that Tony's here. No. Max Tarney must be on his way. Robert Jack, Dr. Robert Jack.
Hello everyone, I'm Rob Jack. I'm from the Department of Marketing and Management. I'm the Program Coordinator for the Masters of International Business, and I'm more than happy to answer any questions you may have after the presentation today. Thank you.
Thanks. Catriona Lavamakoko.
And it's a mouthful, yes. I'm Katrina Lavamakoko.
Oh, sorry.
And I am responsible for the postgraduate studies in accounting. So if you have any questions about the various programs that we offer, and there's a few of them, and that new one as well that we're offering this year, the Master of Advanced Professional Accounting, please feel free to come and ask questions. Thank you.
And Dr. David Pitt.
I'm David Pitt. I'm from the Department of Applied Finance and Actuarial Studies, and my interest is actuarial studies. If you have questions relating to that, I'm happy to help. We have two degrees, Master of Actuarial Practice, which is designed for people who are coming from a degree that's not actuarial studies and interested in moving into that profession. And then we have a Master of Commerce with a major in actuarial studies or a specialisation in that, and that's designed for people who are wanting to pursue further actuarial science. So if you have questions on that, I'm happy to chat with you.
Thanks. You will have the opportunity to speak to a lot of our staff who are here tonight, and I'd like to thank them all for coming along, and I'm sure you'll find individual one-on-one discussions with them very useful. And here is some pictures of people who'll be teaching you as well next year if you come to Macquarie. Professor Max Tarney, who's an award-winning economics lecturer, particularly in the area of macroeconomics. Dr. Jana Bowden, one of the School of Management and Marketing's award winners. Associate Professor Sue Wright, who at the moment is also the acting head of the Department of Applied Finance and Actuarial Studies, and Professor Leonie Tickle, who is a winner of a prestigious Australian Teaching Award. And I'm sure you'll enjoy working with those people if you do make the choice to come to Macquarie. Let's go back again. One thing I just skipped over accidentally was the professional accreditations that we associated with in the faculty. You can see there's a huge list there. I've been recently working with the Applied Finance program, the undergraduate program, on their bid towards CFA accreditation. So you can see we're constantly on the, it's a big job, it's a challenging job to get these accreditations, let me tell you. It's really kind of something that takes a lot of work, a lot of energy. Accounting programs have just submitted all their degrees for re-accreditation, but it's one of the critical aspects of what the faculty is about, to ensure that our graduates are able to obtain as many accreditations that are relevant to their degree as possible. The actuarial programs are accredited by the Actuaries Institute of Australia. The accounting programs are accredited by the CPA and the National Institute of Accountants and the ICAA as well. The Applied Finance program, the Postgrad, is accredited by the CFA, Premier, and I know they're in the process of pursuing another accreditation. So you can see it's kind of one of the things that embodies what the faculty is all about, to be able to give our students the opportunity to have accreditations that are relevant to their professional careers. Sorry. Another interesting series of logos, and you can see from that list that Macquarie graduates are employed across a wide range of industries. Also not on that, those logos are IBM, Johnson & Johnson Medical, Pfizer. A lot of our graduates in the Master of International Business are from China. They go back to China. We have a serious alumni in China of Master of International Business graduates, and some of the big Chinese companies are now employing those graduates, and indeed graduates of other programs at Macquarie University. And lest you should think that the faculty is overly concerned with the big employers, I think you'd also find that a lot of our alumni are also working with NGOs, large NGOs and government organisations, and indeed small business. I think it's probably, I'll go through this last slide as quickly as I possibly can, because I'm sure individuals want to talk with individual staff, but I think there's a few important, first of all I'd like to thank James, of course, but I'm also mindful of time and everyone's time, so we'll wind it up pretty quickly, but there's just a few things I wanted to talk to you about, sort of information. Okay, so I think it's really important for people who are here tonight to realise that the Faculty of Business programs are open to non-business graduates. So for people here who've just completed a Bachelor of Arts in French at Sydney Uni, or a communication degree at University of Western Sydney and are thinking about a career in business, there's a pathway for you guys to come into our Masters programs via what we call our gateway units. They're postgraduate preparation units, and so if people want to hear more about that, for those who don't have a business background, speak to the advisors afterwards. Similarly, for those who have a degree in business or a business degree background, you will be able to, as James did, get exemptions for the course in some instances and complete within a year. So it's, as you said, James, very flexible degree. The other thing that's changed since you enrolled, and that is that we have a direct enrolment process, and we're much more flexible with enrolment dates. You can more or less enrol, not quite the day before you start, but pretty close to it. And that's a really important thing for people who are undecided. And we find, particularly in the middle of the year, that's a good option for those who want to start in the middle of the year. So hence the flexibility. For fee advice and fee help, Australian students can obtain fee help for postgraduate studies. So I think those of you who are interested in that can talk to student advisors about how you access information. And similarly, go on advice about how you obtain specific information about fees. We're starting to offer more and more programs online, and again I want to draw attention to the Masters preparation. That's what we call our Gateway 600 level units. They're going to be offered in a totally new online, it's pretty exciting, mode of delivery next year, and I know there's one person here tonight who's deeply involved with it, rubbing his hand against his eyes and saying, my God, what have I done? But I think it's going to be something that's a really bold new venture for our faculty, and I know it's an exciting step forward for us into the competitive world of online education. The last thing I'll just mention of importance is the availability of study abroad options, and Debbie took advantage of that, and I remember your application well because I'm the coordinator of the program. It's something that's not particularly straightforward for people who are working, but nevertheless, if you are interested in a study abroad option, and I know your experience at Copenhagen Business School would have been a fantastic one, I know it well, and it's a brilliant university, so if you have an opportunity to think about a study abroad for 6 months, I'd really recommend it. And similarly, the internship program that we have, I'm the coordinator of the internship program. It's not available for all degrees, but certainly the students I see going through that internship program benefit greatly, and I can tell you a large number of them, don't have the exact statistics, end up being employed by the companies that they do their internship with. And it's particularly useful for students who don't have a business background experience. So I can talk to people about that afterwards. Macquarie, as you know, is located pretty close to the CBD, one train ride away. No need to change at Chatswood Station, as people seem to think if you're coming from the city. And we've got a fantastic new library, which is open late for people who like to work hard and slave over their books the way you two have described yourselves as being tonight. And I commend you to go and have a look at the library if you're not already familiar with Macquarie's library on your way back to your cars or back to the efficient train station over near Macquarie Shopping Centre. So I'm going to wind it up there because I do want people to have the opportunity to speak to particular advisors with the advice that you can apply now and you can apply online and you've got plenty of time to do it before next year. Applications have not closed for next year. So thank you and thanks for listening. Enjoy our hospitality.